Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of OpenFront.io. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. In this video, I'm actually just going to be showing you the biggest game that I have played. This is going to be relevant because with Fuse coming to OpenFront, things are going to be blown up. And I'm also doing this post-match. I just recorded this. I'm going to give you some post-game analysis, give you some thoughts. This will be a little different. Let me know what you think because, I don't know, I think y'all generally probably like commentary, but just going to try this out. So, starting out on Africa, I think it's like a 58-player game. I just decided to jump into this with the new, basically, maps in the game and just wanted to see what happened. You see me going off at the start. I kind of opted for this interesting mountain spawn or this highland spawn. Like, one of the things with these games that I think I probably influenced for the worst is that I think I probably got people way too set on planes that I think a lot of people aren't realizing that, like, if you have a ton of space and you're in highlands or mountains, that you can just do good. Like, I think that's a really important thing here. So I kind of opted for this kind of area where I had my back to the mountains, kind of thinking, no one else will go here. This is probably good prioritization. So I'm going at the start. I'm probably going too slow. Like, in these games, I'm still trying to figure out what is the most ideal. You see me changing the volume there, don't mind that. And you see like someone like Kaiserreich, they're just going like super quick, super fast. And that's definitely something to like think about when you're playing these games, is actually looking at like who's doing better and kind of how much are they sending out relative to you to try to get ideas. Because I think like basically being pretty aggressive is probably just going to pay off in these games. Like that's what I've seen. I don't know. I've heard that like the UN clan of OpenFront has some pretty good ideas. So I'm just closing things off. I'm trying to do a little bit of border management. I'm clearly just looking over my shoulder at the Kaiserreich dude, thinking what's going on there. And then it's kind of just like finish stuff, chill, look around, kind of assess the map. Like looking at this post-match, I don't really see something clear, but I kind of just have the general idea of strategy of like, I don't know, you sit up to red interest and then you basically do a giant attack on someone. I think I'm taking out Central African Republic there. Yeah. And just because Kaiserreich's next to me, just gotta chill, just gotta wait. I think this was one of the points in the game where I didn't know about the kind of updated thing with cities. So I think that's probably the thing with the defense post of why I put them down all at once. That doesn't work. It was a great idea, but definitely doesn't work. So at this point, I'm just kind of looking around, just kind of thinking what's going on. And I see this dude send out like a ton of troops. And that's one of the key things I think with OpenFront. I think you got to be quick with tradering people and timing because of how important big attacks are, that you got to be able to time these things. And you'll actually see this in the second game in this video. So I go pushing here. I somehow get that crazy like border. Like, is that not really bizarre? I mean, it is what it is. And just thinking here, like I put up a defense post, or I want to put up a defense post right where I think that's just going to be cut off, because I think I'm just going to lose all that. So at this point, I'm just kind of chilling, just thinking like, what's gonna happen next? I kind of got to use my troops. What's going on around here? I see this basically guy in Somalia, so I want to go boat them. Also, now having a port, I can try to do some trades. So still just hanging out, looking around. I see the dude with the crown basically getting ahead, and I got to think about that long term. So going and picking off people one by one, that's kind of how the game works. I'm kind of conscious of the Middle East dude, and I think I put down like a port and put up like a ship to defend that. I'm actually not sure. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, just because I didn't want to deal with that. Then again, it's probably not that smart because there's not much risk on that land. And you see kind of classic OpenFront strategy. Sit up till you have a huge bank and then basically just demolish someone very quickly. So still in this game, like you can see kind of what I'm doing. I'm just kind of looking up and I noticed the fighting too, like watching this back between the two people to the south. And kind of like in this game, I remember I was thinking like, what makes the most sense? And I was thinking, okay, well, one, I can just take them. I've got great borders on them. They're weakened by the fight. You can't really do that with someone like super strong next to you. And at this point, I was thinking, do I kill the other person after that guy I'm just eliminating right now? And I think I went for the no, just because I thought they could be a trade partner. And with the crown opening that up and being vulnerable, I just felt like now is the time to push. Now is the time to do something about this. So I'm simultaneously setting up some defense posts on the front line just because I think like my impression of the game right now is defense posts are pretty good. Like even if you nuke them, you're kind of just losing gold. Unfortunately, Nordmark got a ton of that, and with like all of the troops I had, you saw I had like 800k, I just need to push that. So I go and capitalize on that advantage, basically take that, And that looks pretty good on that front. Clean up the other dude. And at these kind of stages in the game, given so many people are like, I don't know what they're doing, and like the notion that Nordmark is the greatest threat, that we're always going to have to fight. I also think I cleared some of the radiation zone, which I think is just fundamentally a bad plan. I think I bombed him there and then did an attack. Classic strategy, kind of like the old open front before we had Merv, that you just do a big hit, lower their troop count, make it easier to go in and attack. Mikistan, what the fuck, dude? Like, this is the type of thing that I want to see more of in these games, of like people actually thinking like a little more pragmatically. I think he's literally going for Albion, which I have no idea about. In Nordmark at this point, it's just too late. He can't do anything. He's down. Mikistan is just being like dumb. Like, he's playing like a side quest and not like paying attention to the map. Like, one of the things you could think about is that, like, in these games, you got to pay attention to what's important, and that's a dub in the first game. For this next game, this was about, like, a 40-player world game, just randomly testing things out. Sometimes I like to play the games and not commentate, because I can just focus. It's actually interesting, because in Territorial, and I think with OpenFront, well, maybe with OpenFront, I think I'm honestly way better when I don't commentate. Like, I have all these great wins in Territorial that are just replays that no one likes to watch, and they all come when I'm not commentating a game live. So in this game, I just decided to go to random Antarctica spawn, see how it goes. It's going to be slow, it's mountains. I don't really know how this works. I actually played another game. I don't know if you're going to have already seen that video when this one comes out, but to be determined. In any case, just slowly cleaning things up. I've got more land than the guy next to me. He's dumb, so he goes down. That's great for me. I get a bunch of land here. Port, I probably look better than them. I think those other people are probably infighting, and just my position generally looks better. You can clearly see, like, if you're going to run Antarctica in this type of position, that, like, the Australia people look pretty stupid. And I mean, one of the things you can think about in these games is, like, the intelligence of the people who pick specific areas. Like, anyone who picks Australia, I probably wouldn't have that much confidence in them. So I think I'm going for the bot. I'm not sure if that's the bot or the player. Not sure if that's the best strategy, but went for it. I think I'm being a little slow. Like, one of the things I've noticed with some of my other games is protracted wars are really fucked. Like, you really want to try to, like, kill people very, very quickly and just have it over with. Because if you're fighting people on defense posts, it's, like, totally doomed. So I get that. I get Australia. I'm kind of looking up and seeing, like, what's going on with the map. And I see the UN dude doing well. And I just think about cleaning up my zone. And now that I kind of have, like, my troops consolidated, it's kind of just think, what is the next target? Because in OpenFront, you really just got to use your troops. Same thing as Territorial. Just going to push the guy in Antarctica. Can't do anything. Really just looking up and stuff. It's kind of zooming around pretty quick. I'm doing this on speed gameplay just because, I don't know. I don't know if y'all are going to stay engaged. So, pushing Antarctica, kill the no-cap person. They've got no, like, troops at all. And I'm also just kind of thinking, like, how is this going to play out? Because I haven't played these games before, and I don't know if, like, someone like the Crown would eventually go down into Australia. In any case, I would have, like, a lot of buffer space, so I'm probably good. I'm just keeping tabs on them. I probably don't need to worry that much, and still just trying to pick things off, clean up islands. It's a good plan, but it's definitely hard to pick off islands, so still just kind of monitoring the Crown and thinking about sweeping on around into basically the other part of Antarctica in South America to see what I can get. The thing that I kind of think in this type of game is I'm kind of on a timer, like, because of how much, like, crowns just run away with games because of people doing nothing. Like, I think that's what happens in a lot of games. So I'm just kind of looking, keeping tabs on the dude, and I think at this point I kind of realize, like, he's got like 30-something%. If me and the Kale guy don't do anything, he's just gonna run away. And you see this? He goes down with like probably a huge attack. So now is the time to like push in. That is like the lesson, I think, with like a lot of open front games, that you gotta be really prepared for shit like this. I go way down. I'm not sure of all my reasoning for that, but he blows up even more. So, I mean, the UN people supposedly are on top of things in open front, but I mean, that looked kind of like a disaster. I don't know how, like, as we see more games, how, like, taking down the Crown's gonna look. I'm trying some boats here. I actually think that's gonna be a really good strategy in the long run. Calais there with the Denmark flag. Not sure what they're thinking. I actually felt like I probably made a mistake kind of opening up that border on the Middle East, because I thought, maybe I could do some border management. I know like a good player will just boat over, and that's probably not going to be that defensible, but in these type of games, if you make it harder for people to attack you, generally speaking, they're less likely to. So I'm just boating over here. I think trying to take some of these other areas, maybe without defense posts, I think I actually made a mistake there of attacking too much. So I just block that off with basically a boat. At this point in the game, I'm kind of just like wondering what's going on, because I know I'm going to have to fight Calais. I'm kind of like wondering too if the UN dude just like rage quit or something like that. And in these type of games, I think Calais started focusing on other people, but really what's the kind of dynamic at hand is I'm going to be the threat. Like some of these other people, you might get a bonus, but it's either going to be you or me who wins the game probably. So I just let out big attack. That's it pretty much. And they just go down. Unfortunately in these games, like even if you team up in the crown, someone's got to win. So that's unfortunately how like things end up in a lot of times. So in any case, if you enjoyed the video, let me know what you think about these post commentaries. Maybe I can slow them down. Let me know if you'd like something different. This was just basically an idea from someone in the comment section, and now it's basically just cleaning up all this nonsense and such. So in any case, thanks for watching everybody, and I guess I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.